Hello, 110. Welcome to week 3. This week you've got a couple more short stories to sort of refresh and or sharpen your analysis skills before we start into our first paper. You've got Recitative from Toni Morrison, her only published short story. Little quick Google search of what that word means, or where it's a French derivative, what it implies, will give you sort of a key into what the then story is actually doing. It actually becomes Twyla's recitative. Interesting. You've also got Bobby and Mason Shiloh, which I've given you this week a brief 15-minute little discussion of that story as well, so that if that can help as you try to complete that short answer quiz for it, hopefully that's of use to you. Then you've got from Ray Bradbury, The Veldt, which is a story heavy in symbol and clearly appropriate today for sort of our fascination and obsession with media. And then you've got Jesus Shaves, which is also sort of an appropriate contextual story from David Sedaris, popular social satirist commentary. And he's looking at cultural differences in the way that we see each other or react to each other. So give them a read. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to email. I'll reach out and answer as fast as I can. If you're looking at some of the due dates and requirements, I've moved some to sort of offset having quite so much work due during the work week when you are all, a large number of you anyway, are working full time. So that'll hopefully offset, you'll be able to balance some of the work. Some of it still has to stay midweek. Sorry, but I moved some other things around to try and make it a little more feasible for you. So without further ado, we'll take a quick look at the week and get you on your way. Okay, here's your week 3. You see that normally things are due on Wednesday, and then your replies to... Okay, here we are, week 3. Here we have the directions that you can find in your announcements. It's the same thing there. You're going to be completing DB4 by the 4th at midnight, November 4th, and you have to take the reading quizzes by the end of the week, Sunday, the 8th. If you want to work ahead, you're going to start into your first paper, so you might want to pick a story that explores a certain theme that's of interest to you, and then ultimately you'll build on that story and theme for your second paper. So maybe take a look at the table of contents here and see what stories share which themes, right? And then that way, if you say, for instance, you find Sonny's Blues interesting, well, what else kind of operates like Sonny's Blues that then you could include in a second paper? Any one of those might be valid. So take a look at that. Wait for the computer to catch up here. Different this week is the quizzes, like I said, are due by the 8th, as well as 2 replies to your fellow students are due by the 8th. Your initial post is due the 4th. Your 2 replies to colleagues are due the 8th. Your reading quizzes are typically short, simple affairs, 6, 7, 8 questions. Did you read it? If you did, shouldn't be an issue. This week is a little different for Bobby and Mason's in that it actually comes at you with short answer. And you have to use textual support. Please don't forget that part. It's more practice for using phrases of attribution like Mason says or Norma Jean exclaims, but as well as more practice in refresh techniques like MLA citations and moving and transitioning into and out of quotes that you're using for analysis. So to help with that, when the quiz is opened, you will then have also access to a 15-minute discussion that I've uploaded for Mason Shiloh, which might help read your reading of the story and completion of the quiz, so please make use of that too. Like I said, your initial post for discussion board 4 is due on the 4th. This week you're doing what's really called a close reading. You're looking at particular elements within the story and only within the story, not quite so much as surrounding context, but dialing down on the things that are present in the story itself. Post your reply here by the 4th, midnight, and respond to 2 colleagues by the 8th. And that is your week in a nutshell. If I can be of help, please reach out and ask questions, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Okay, that's it. You've seen it. Hopefully your week is going smooth and not like the dude who walked into the bar the other day and just started lining up shots, pounding them back. He's got like 12 shots in front of him. The bartender's like, man, you must have had a rough one. Guy's like, yeah, you won't believe it. Wait till I tell you what I got. The bartender's like, what? Guy shoots the last one down, slams it back on the bar. About $2.50, and he runs out the door. Best I could do. Enjoy the week.